Hi, this is Bobby Klein. I'm the translator and the interpreter of the I Ching. This is a New Earth I Ching, easy to understand, easy to put to use. It's an oracle, 3,000 years of wisdom wrapped up in this. So sit back, take a breath. If you've got a question in your mind, ask it. If not, just hang in and you'll get some answers. And that's what this is all about. The I Ching, they say, is the book of change, and it is, but it's also the book of answers. All right. Tune in. Drop in. You're home. Yeah. You're home. Watching for eagle. I can hear the distant call. Love is on the wing. Yeah. Eagle, great spirit, the call always feels great. The eagle comes and flies above us. The spotted eagle brings us love, brings us attention, and it's a holy spirit. Nature's spirit, Gaia's love comes to us at this time and when we need it so much. We're living in wild times. You know, I've talked about it before. You know, it's, did you? Are you? Can you? Will I? Man, so many questions around the world that we feel that this connection, what I see as the good thing is that we realize that we are not alone. We are all one people who have the same ideas, the same problems, the same thoughts, this human experiment that we're in. You know, how we doing, who knows? But we're in it, and there's no doubt about it. So I turn to the eagle. I turn to Great Spirit, and I wait, and I hear the call. And it always tells me that love is on the wing for all of us. The oracle, the I Ching. 5,000 years of teaching, 5,000 years of wisdom. They say it's the first printed book, and I believe it was printed on slats of bamboo that were all sewn together. And the information was passed down. Before there was writing, it was passed from priest to shaman, to leaders to teachers. They held the knowledge and they taught the lessons. And now it's for all of us, and that wisdom has come and has emerged. The reading that I use, it's from my book. The book is called The New Earth I Ching, and it's available most places you get books. And it's a simpler way, I guess you'd say, more straightforward. I just felt that other translations were obtuse, but I really feel that the work that was done, what we did, was brought something beautiful forth. And that's what leads me to this podcast of coming every week to you with the information. Now, how does it work for everybody? Well, again, we got to realize we are all one, and there's just no doubt about that we are all one. And so the information that comes, they say the I Ching is called, its translation is the Book of Change. Oh man, aren't we in the Book of Change? I write in that chapter every day. The Book of Change. And I call it the Book of Answers. Meaning, when we have a question about which way to go, which way to head, do I do it? Do I get in the relationship? Do I do the business deal? Do I get out of the deal? Do I get into the, whatever it is, you know what I mean? All these decisions come up every day in our life. We got to decide stuff. Well, we don't turn to the I Ching for, should I have salt on my potatoes? We don't go that way. But when there are decisions to be made, there are questions, the I Ching is a guide. It doesn't tell you what to do, but it guides you to find what to do. And I think that is the way of the wise one, that we move into that. Each week I sit with the book and I meditate. And I hold the coins that I use to access, and I ask for a reading for all of us, all of you, for me, absolutely, but for all of us, the big, big, big group that listens and reads. I mean, honestly, it just grew and grew in the last 10 years, and there's so many of you all around the world, 32 countries. So this week, I threw the coins, which is what it's called, and I received number 9. Number 9. That's right. Remember love potion number 9? That's when I was driving my convertible and listening to love potion number 9. Okay, enough. So number 9, Xiao Chu. It's called the small accumulating. Okay. So just in the title, it's telling us something. Now, what I'd like all of you to do is close your eyes for a second. Not if you're driving, but close your eyes for a second. And ask a question about something going on in your life. Something that you really would like more information, that you'd like an answer for. So think about that question, which is what you do before you go into the I Ching, into the Oracle. All right? Got it? Take a breath, and here we go. The small accumulating above is sun, root, foundation, and below is heaven, earth, and spirit power. When we talk about above and below, there's a hexagram, which is 6 lines. When we throw the coins, we build the hexagram from the bottom up, and there are 2 trigrams. And the upper trigram is the root foundation, and the lower one is the energy and the spirit power, which are beautiful, beautiful combination, all sending us in a good way. Now, look, I think it was Ken Kesey that said the I Ching is not always a Valentine. Sometimes it will slap you upside the head and to get your attention. So it's up to you whether you think that this reading for you is a Valentine or a slap upside the head, because it's about getting attention. I don't mean for us to get attention, but for getting your attention. So many years ago, 50 some years ago, I heard Sai Baba. And Sai Baba was a wonderful teacher, a great guru. I think he's still around. And he could produce vibhuti from his hands. Vibhuti was sacred sandalwood ash. And they say that he could produce diamonds and statues, and all from his hands. And somebody asked him, they said, Sai Baba, here you are, you're a great master. But why do you do all this? This is like showy, burlesque. Why do you do that? Why do you produce all these things? And he says very seriously, he said, well, sometimes it's hard to get people's attention. Man, if I was there and he produced diamonds, I'd listen to what the man had to say. All right. So the essence of the wisdom of this hexagram is that you are entering a time of great potential. Heaven awaits the lightning. Lightning beckons thunder. You are the thunder. Yeah. Progress has been good. Right? You're moving along. But completing things, that's been elusive, right? You've been in it, but it's hard to get things completed right now. Now, you could give in and be stopped by frustration, but that will take your power. And the gold will slip away. The gold too. The gold will slip away. It'll move and move. So you're going to, the frustration could take you out of your path, off your path. So hold your confidence. Be confident that while you're doing things, you might meet some obstacles. We always do in one way or another. Be confident, and you're going to find completion is not the benefit right now. The benefit is to focus on the present moment. As you proceed on this road less traveled where we are, you inevitably come up against, obstacles that we could call it guilt or shame or judgment. At this moment in time, these obstacles are showing at precisely the right time. You know how we know we're at the right time, All of you, please, take a look at your feet. Your feet are in the right place at the right time. Your inner strength wrought by hard work and suffering is at its zenith and is like a finely honed and sharpened sword. Don't be afraid. Raise the sword and cut away at the ties that bind you to old patterns, empty relationships, right? Maybe the relationships are business, maybe they're personal. But if they are old patterns and they feel empty, raise your sword. Cut them loose, Take a look. Do you feel like you're being held in bondage sometimes? Or maybe you're, if you're honest with yourself, you might be holding somebody else in bondage. Let them go. And, it's like they say, let the butterfly go. And if it's meant to be yours, it's going to fly right back. So remember that. At this moment, the warrior who knows that a sword this sharp is the sword with two edges. On one side, it can cut through a lifetime of ill-fated patterns, while on the other side, if you do not come to battle with pure and considered intent, this sword has the potential to slice away at your resolve and leave you powerless so you can move no further. Now, the I Ching talks about power, strength, weird word, power. You misuse it, use it, whatever it is. But now that strength, that power is in the beauty of graceful, small, and well thought out movements. That is the small accumulating, you see. Think what you're doing, and don't grandstand. Don't make it some big deal. Right? Take little steps that are beautiful and graceful. Is there anything more beautiful than you see somebody walking in grace and they feel like having energy and their feet hardly touch the ground? For you, proceed slowly. There's no rush, not now. And have a well-planned strategy. The universe responds to a plan, and I can tell you that from experience. And if you don't have a plan, you're going to teeter-totter and fall off the path. You ain't going to die, but you're going to fall off the path and go back to square one to start it over. When an obstacle comes up, meet it head on. Reach inward, right, to reveal your shadow self, the self of darkness. And here you'll make the darkness useful. As you reach, staying still, to your authenticity, that of light and dark, yin and yang. Remember, you are all emotions and in the humanness of the dark and light. Do not be afraid of your dark side. Sometimes you got to pull your sword. You know, in life's journey, we're taught to suppress our dark side. Carl Jung, he called it your shadow. That's your shadow. And when you look into your shadow, you can go in deep and you're going to find some pretty ugly old stuff, you know, where it's locked up old disappointments, guilt, abandonment, shame. But it's from this dark, shadowy, potentially troubling unknown that negative patterns and self-doubt will arise. Okay. So you say, I don't want that. I don't want to have my dark side showing. I don't want that. Well, you got to understand that when you're in a position that you're making small movements, you got to call on all aspects of self. And part of that is the shadow, right? Mostly, the shadow side is denied and projected onto others, our partners, our friends, our associates. But if we dare, we can know our shadow. And therein lies our liberation from all the fear and the key to activating our intentions. Our intentions. Intuition, intention. State your intentions. Beautiful. If you wake up in the morning, you state, okay, this is my intention for today, right? Get there. Be fully aware that you're dancing with the dark side. Don't take it for granted. And if your intent is not aimed to work for the greater good of all, right? If it's not meant and put in that place, you're going to find yourself exposed as you move into the light. And there you will be derailed as you want to come into the light, but you'll be falling. Look, meet your dark side head on. Don't be afraid. See that dark side in the light of love, the light of acceptance and compassion. In that, it will dissolve, or it will make it so you see what's there and why it's there, and make it useful. And in its place will be a stronger, lighter you. A more substantial you who will be loved and able to receive the love and abundance that you have desired. You know, we know how to love. But brothers and sisters, when it comes to letting love in, some of us are so afraid because we don't know what's going to happen. But look, dig it, man. You never know what's going to happen, but you got to risk it. You got to go. And in that is the growth. Your risk is your growth, and that's what you're coming up against. If you allow yourself to operate from old negativity, you're going to allow the fear to reign. And what you really want is not going to come to fruition, as you will have been your own worst enemy, right? You know, if you go out there, know about you contain both light and dark, yin and yang. If you're too sunny, too Pollyanna, you will not have influence to be trusted. But if you allow, and it causes you to go and act through negativity, it's going to allow you free reign. And what you really want in your heart will not come to fruition. It doesn't come from that. But the dark side is useful, you see. This is not the time to expect perfection. Be the light, but not too light. Be the dark, but not too dark. Aim for balance without grasping onto outcomes. If hearing this or reading this makes you smile and shudder at the same time, it is your truth. Now you got to act with small movements including minimal verbal flourishes. In this way, you'll hold your place in the peace that you've wanted, and that you've deserved. And you will have success in small measure. Again, listen, whatever your question was or whatever it is you're going to come up against, right? By following this, it's work, no doubt about it. So sometimes we work and we get this big, rock candy mountain, man. We get everything, the piles of abundance and love and all that. Well, this is going to come now. This will be success, but it's going to be small. It's going to be small measure, little bits here and there, and just let it in, and it will grow. You see, because everything in small measure is good enough for now. It's called the power of the small, which is greater than great. Amen. Now you want completion. Well, it's near. Don't worry about that. Not the time for it, but it's coming. So you gather your inner resources and you reach into the darkness, and what you'll find will be very useful. No blame, no fear, right? When nearing a goal of completion, there's a tendency to want to rest or to take a break. Well, sometimes it's really important to do that, but this is not the time. There's a number of small tasks to be addressed at this juncture. Set ambition aside for now and attend to the small details so that your path, your vision will be clear, Clean up the desk, clean up the car, clean your mind, small things. Kindness, love, just open those doorways up, and then you'll be able to dip into the subconscious and bring to light all negative beliefs about yourself and old negative beliefs about how the world works. It's not right. It's been blocking you. What you find as you delve into the shadow, it might feel shocking. You might find some stuff like a big monster. But no, this monster in reality is really quite tiny. It's a tiny little monster, like a little toy monster. It really is, man. You confront that monster, it turns into a little toy. It really is right, man. If you confront it, that monster, right, it is small. Just disassemble it. It cannot really harm you. It can't stop you on your path to love and abundance, health. It doesn't work that way. Now, we talked about no conclusion. No, but do reach for a conclusion, though this is not the time. You do it by tying up loose ends and end what must be ended and tend to what must be mended. It's kind of hard to get your head around. You see, moving forward does not always make for real progress. At times like these, progress will be made by going inward rather than forward. Think about that, right? That means come to quiet times. Look, it doesn't have to be formal meditation. It's great, but it doesn't have to be that. Just stop and breathe and, like they say, smell the roses. Count your blessings, right? Pay attention to the smallest things, the things that might seem to be relevant to your goal, right? And it's okay. See some things. If there is something that you want or something you can do and it's not about your goal or what you're looking for, it doesn't matter. Just as long as it's for your own and the greater good. And this will feed you. And this will energize you so you can get to that place of opening and light and love and abundance. Oh, you got to clear your mind. Clear your mind of chaos. And boy, is there chaos around, huh? Clear doubts and fears. And the way you do it is you look at them and you disassemble them. Once you disassemble them, it's like We said about the monster getting to be tiny. You take apart the chaos and the doubts and the fear. It's not so bad. Just look at the little parts and deal with them, right? Hone your skills. Make strong your commitment, not to completion, but to living in a better way, in a way of your truth and for the greater good. Consider that your relationships and address the small things that have held you back from loving fully or from letting yourself be loved, right? What's gotten in the way? Ask for what you know you deserve. Speak up, and this will bring clarity, and you will know what to do. It'll just be there, and you'll know. You know, it's not about opening a manual. You know, sometimes I think it'd be great if we'd come to life and they give us a manual about how it all works. But we don't have that. But we do have the I Ching, and we do have oracles, right? When it comes to your projects or your tribe, your family, your health, deal with the small matters that are there. Just deal with them. Don't let anything get swept under the rug as you make a vow to remain authentic, to be honest, to communicate with everybody in your life. Sometimes that's hard, but by dealing with small details, you can remove these obstacles that have blocked your path to wellness and true love and abundance and spiritual evolution. Completion is near, although it ain't happening right now, but it's near. So, like I said, clean up your desk, straighten the closets, clean out your car if you have one, balance your accounts, and lighten your load. You know, there's the thing about money. If you need more money or you find it's really slippery, just keep balance. Know what you have, know what you owe, and know what's owed to you. Always. Because that's the platform to receive. Without that energy of money doesn't find you. I mean, look, once in a while there's a windfall, but it happens to people who are balanced, who know that. It'll lighten your load. And take this time to, you know about all the stuff we have? Man, I just cleaned up my office, and I got so much stuff, right? Stuff. So give some away. I'm going to do it. Give some away. Give it away literally or metaphorically. But give it away. Get it out there to bridge the energy to these times. This action will be of great benefit. You know, all these little things, these little gestures, the little kindnesses, the cleaning, it paves the way for what you want and what you deserve. I think that the crux, the essence of this reading is held into into a Native American prayer. I think it's Navajo. The translation is from Navajo, I think. O Great Spirit, may we cherish the gifts of our Creator. May we hold the beauty of the world close to our hearts. May we embrace the spirit of peace on earth. May there come to all people during this sacred time an abundance of earth's greatest gifts, health, happiness, and enduring friendships. Listen, try using this prayer every day. You know, look, if you just listen and you don't get the printed part, you know, sometimes some people just tune into Spotify and listen, but you can also get the text. If you go to the website, BOBBYKLEIN, BobbyKlein.com, go to the I Ching and sign up for a subscription. It doesn't cost anything. I've sent this thing out for free for almost 11 years. So it's not going to charge anything, but you will have it's good to have a text to refer to. And then you can go back and you can have this prayer to say, you know, "Oh, Great Spirit, may we cherish the gifts of our Creator. May we hold the beauty of the world close to our hearts. May we embrace the spirit of peace on earth. May there come to all people during these sacred seasons an abundance of earth's greatest gifts, health, happiness, and enduring friendship. You know, these prayers, these openings, it's the Tao, it's the way. You know, one would think that taking care of the little details should be the simplest of tasks, yet we get often blocked from doing so. You know, procrastination, you know that one? This is where the inner work begins. Take the time, look deeply into your thoughts about yourself. Be real about where you doubt yourself in your work. Be real about where you doubt things in your relationship that you don't talk about. And into your spiritual practice. Acknowledge what you truly want and deserve. Look, you know, this is all, we talk to a lot of people, but right now I want to send this to a friend of mine who's in Europe. He's a wonderful actor doing a project. And I just want to send this to him into his relationship about honesty, because if that doesn't happen, you know, you got a little kid and all that, you get to lose your way, everybody's busy. But reach in, man, reach in and acknowledge what you want. Speak up. To attain what you want, just go inside, clean up the inner recesses of your body, of your mind, and of your spirit. Look unabashedly at your dark side like we talked about, and don't let shame or guilt cause you to avert your gaze. We all have a dark side, a shadow self. There are hidden resources and strength in these recesses of human consciousness. Look at what you're ashamed of and forgive yourself. It works. In this way, you will retrieve your authenticity, which may have been obscured by the dark. Look, don't be afraid. It's nowhere near as bad or as dangerous as your ego wants you to think it is, man. Your ego says, don't go there. Something bad's going to happen. Don't. I want it the way it is. That's the critic, man. That's a critical ego saying, don't get on the path. Don't be free. Don't do the right thing, right? That's the ego. That's the critical force. Don't let it rule you. You know, you can now be found wanting to survive, wanting to be fully loved and to be able to love freely. And this, it will be by looking deep into your shadow side, right? Examining fear and shame. Shine your brightest inner light of intention on these small, shadowy things that are still lurking in the hidden recesses of your being. It is then that you will be able to joyfully reach into the desired destinations of wellness and peace and abundance in proper measure. Walk this walk, not talk. Walk this walk with dignity. Walk this walk with integrity. Walk with compassion. Walk with kindness. Man. Be kind. Kind to yourself. Kind to the people around you. Everybody's going through it right now. You know, you go into your shops, your stores, and just kindness, because people are so weird. You see about on the airlines that people are just being they're so hurt. They just don't know what to do and they act out. Right now, it's important to be diligent about your practice with meditation or yoga or Tai Chi. Maybe it's developing a practice that you haven't done it yet. But this is of great importance. And don't be afraid to hold the energy back and give of some moments of quietude and inner spaciousness. Take a nap in this vast place within yourself as a universe of possibilities. That's the place that you will again fall in love. Fall in love with life. Fall in love with your own authenticity. In this way, you can feel the unity of a community, tribal unity, because we're all struggling beings. Everybody, It's, look at somebody and say, gee, they have a great life, and they don't look like they struggled. Believe me, at sometime in everybody's life there's struggle, right? But look, this is so important to know that you have guardian angels and they have your back, guides and have your back. Look, that's so amorphous, right? Oh, yeah, I have a guardian angel. Oh, yeah, I have guides. Well, I meet my guy. Listen, with the confidence to know that you are looked after by spirit and you come to your quietude, right? You come deep into being quiet and just listen. And those words that you hear are going to be those wise words, those words of compassion are coming from your guardian angels. Now, you might go into silence and your critic is saying, you're a fool, man. That's never going to work while you're meditating. You're an asshole. Don't do it. But listen, anything negative that you hear about yourself, dig it. It's not true. It's a lie, right? So negativity is a lie. But as you come there and you get this positive message, maybe one message, maybe a whole lot of message, maybe so much you got to write it down. But this energy, right? Inner guru, guardian angels, guides, whatever we're going to call it, angels, whatever it is, just know that they have your back and know that you are safe. Just do the work. It's going to make you smile. Go on, smile. And shine like the sun at midday. Be the love that you desire and teach peace. In La Kesha Lakin, I am the other you. And I like it that way. Yes, I do. I just wanted to, I'll get to give you more information about this, but I think that many of you know that you can read about my bio on my website, is I was a photographer in the 60s, rock and roll and, festivals, that kind of stuff. Well, I am putting some of them out as NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which is what's happening in the blockchain stuff. I'm kind of getting my head around it and, Allison and Trent are helping me get that out there and make it happen. But listen, know that that's coming up. And I just find this so interesting, looking at it, the idea of getting your head around the blockchain, how it could be used in government, how it's, it's without any boundaries. Like I say, I don't totally understand it, but I'm going to put some of these photographs out there, and they're like tokens that can be sold or traded. Okay? Anyway. I'll go more into it the deeper we get into it. So like I said, walk with peace every day in your steps. Take care of yourself. And I say, namaste, my sisters. Namaste, and namaste, my brothers, as you are walking this path to happiness, wellness, and love, right? And consider now, was your question, did it get answered in this set? Hey, you know what? If it did, send me a note. You can send it on my website. I'd love to hear from you. And I'd love to know what countries you're from. If y'all that are in different countries, I know I'm in Great Britain, I know that I'm in the U.S. and Canada, but wherever you are, just please send me a note and tell me where you're at. Maybe I'll hold a contest or something, but do it. Please send that. All right, I send you all the love I can muster here at the 20th parallel. Like I said, you want love, be love. You want peace, teach peace. Namaste, y'all. Listen for the eagle's call.